Graphite drawing is one of my favorite mediums, and sometimes people ask what tools I use for my drawings, and in this video I thought I would share my favorite drawing tools with you. And first I'll start with my sketchbook, which is the Moleskine, just the classic sketchbook. And this is the extended version, so it's a bit thicker than the regular one. And this is one of my absolute favorite papers to draw on. It has like a off-white, it's not a completely bright white paper, so I really like that. And just the texture of the paper is just wonderful for graphite, or the way I draw with graphite. And the only downside is that in this classic notebook by Moleskine, the paper is quite thin, so the pages are very delicate. So that's something I have to keep in mind while I'm drawing, so not to press too hard with the pencil and stuff like that. But otherwise than that, this is one of my absolute favorites. Another paper by Moleskine that I really love using is their sketch album, which is a little bit thicker than the regular classic notebook that they make. This is 120 grams, and it's about 8 by 10 inches, so, or if you use European sizes, it's about A4 size. So this one is really, I love this one. I've been illustrating a new book, the second volume to my Enchanted Valley journal series, and I've been drawing most of these new illustrations on the Moleskine sketchbook album paper. This is the 120 gram 8 by 10 size paper, and I just really love drawing on this, and for big illustration projects like this, I think this is a good choice of paper, at least for me. It's very smooth, and I can get all my tiny details on it with no problem. And it's quite good for shading and stuff like that. So I just really love this, and here I have two finished drawings, and actually one that I'm just started today is this one, so you can see it's not finished, but it's something that I'm working on at the moment. And the final paper I use is this Arches watercolor paper. It's much thicker than the Moleskine ones, and it's 300 grams, and this is a hot press paper, so it's very smooth as well, even though it's a watercolor paper. And this one is, I use this sparingly because it's the most expensive paper I use, and but it's a lovely paper. I love drawing on it. Actually, I have one that I've almost finished, one drawing is this one. This is on the Arches 300 gram paper, so I don't know if you can see, but it's much thicker than the illustrations that I just showed you, and this is probably my favorite paper for drawing with graphite, but I just use it for certain pieces because it is very expensive. At least I think it's expensive, so but I really love it. So it's the hot press watercolor paper, the 300 gram one by Arches. Now I'll share my drawing tools, what I like to use for my graphite drawings. These are the pencils that I've been using the longest. It's the Graphwood series by Karen Dash, and these are very good quality pencils. They don't break easily, and you can sharpen them no problem. And I really love these, and you can buy them individually, which is good because I only use certain pencils from this collection. So for example, the 2B, I use that a lot, and these are just really nice. I would really recommend these. Or usually if people ask what I use, I just tell them that I like these pencils. And my favorite mechanical pencil is the Graph Gear 1000 by Pentel, and this is the 0.3 mechanical pen, and I love this one. I actually draw most of my drawings with this one, or recently I've been drawing most of my drawings with this one. For example, this portrait, it's almost exclusively drawn with this 0.3 mechanical pencil. And I have a couple other mechanical pencils. I have a 4B, a bit thicker lead by Faber-Castell. And then I have just a regular, this is not even like an artist pencil, it's from Muji, the shop Muji, I think it's called. And this just, I use it with B lead. It's 0.5 the size, but these I use occasionally as well. And the erasers I use are these Mono Zero like mechanical erasers by Tombow, I think is the brand. And I have two, a bigger one and this one. I actually use mostly this one. It's 2.3 millimeters. These are actually made in Japan, yeah. So these I really love, and then I love the classic Kneaded Eraser. This one is my favorite as well. So these are the erasers I use. And if I'm using the classic graphite pencils by Caran d'Ache and I need to sharpen them, this is the pencil sharpener I use. It has two sizes for sharpening, and you can also change the blade, so you can always have it as sharp as like a new sharpener. So that's very important to me, because I like to use a very sharp point when I'm drawing. So even with the classic graphite pencil, so I've been really happy with this one. And this is a tool I rarely use anymore, but it's the blending stump. I used to use this a lot in my drawings, but now I just use it like very rarely. I like to do all my shading just with a pencil and not smudging. So for example, these new drawings, I haven't used this blender stump at all, but for some drawings it's still fun to use, and I think it's a great tool. So that's it. Those are the graphite tools I use, and here's one more drawing made with the same tools that I just shared. This is just framed already. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what tools I use, and if you have any questions, maybe post a comment below or something, and thanks for watching.